It is the first ever matchup between these two schools, and this is TNT Sports College Basketball Pregame presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. It was a shocking loss for TCU. They were the only Big 12 team to lose their season opener, and they are ready to get redemption. Welcome inside Studio B, everybody. Jalen Rose, Jamal Mashburn, the coach Bruce Pearl. And this is a conference that you have high expectations about, this Big 12 team. Preseason-wise, I'm curious how they were ranked by the media and if you agree with this. So let's take a look at this graphic. I believe Houston, they go to the championship last year. That makes sense. Texas Tech, BYU, Arizona. Anything that you think will be really wrong as the season goes forward?
Well, first of all, this is a Big 12 preseason media poll. Show me the coaches poll, right? You think I
Is that more accurate?
I think it's more accurate. I don't care what the media has to say here.
You're media now, Coach.
I understand that. I've been head coach for 30 years. I can't just undress overnight. Houston won. I think they win the league. What jumps out to me is at number 6, Kansas. Bill Self is not going to be down at the bottom of the Big 12 for much longer. He's got a pro, maybe the number 1 pick, and Darren Peterson. How good is the Big 12 when maybe the number 1 player taking the NBA draft on a Bill Self coach team is 6th?
Right.
So I think it's going to be a dogfight. And as I said Monday night, I think the Big 12 is going to challenge the SEC this year for the best and the deepest conference in college basketball.
You're not the only one who feels this way. On our air a few weeks ago for Big 12 college football, the commish had some bold claims about Big 12 basketball.
You know what I tell people now? We're the second best league behind the NBA in the country. And I truly believe that. We are loaded. 8 of the top 20 high school players last year are calling the Big 12 home this year. Peterson here at Kansas is going to be a star, projected 1 or 2 in the draft. So there's a lot to look forward to. And I think it might be the deepest year ever for Big 12 basketball on the men's side.
Second best league behind the NBA. Great line. You believe Brett there?
So I know Brett very well, and I'm going to text him during the commercial. He's a master of marketing and promotions and advertisement. And to you guys, I'm pretty sure you're going to feel the same way. How does he know that?
Right.
What metrics go with that? But if you're the commissioner of a conference, of course you're supposed to big up your conference. But to Coach's point, I feel like Houston, led by Kelvin Sampson, is going to win the conference. He's a guy last year, basically in every defensive category, they led the country. You know, they had a heartbreaking loss, and I'm sorry, Coach, you know I was at the Final Four. I was standing right there and watched them eventually lose in the championship game, a heartbreaking loss to Florida. So you lost Pryor, you lost Roberts, so Uzan, Sharp, and Tugler, I feel like they're looking to make amends for that loss in the championship game.
Inbounds play against Purdue was a special moment, but a good conference top to bottom.
I'm going to go the other way. I think there's only probably 6 teams that can make the NCAA tournament. I think the bottom half of that conference is pretty weak. They'll beat up on each other and stuff like that and have a great record. But I don't necessarily think it's the best conference, the second best conference in the NBA. Probably I would go G League maybe. You know what I mean? Right. They can compete with that, but definitely not in the NBA.
I know there's high hopes for the Big Ten this year. I know obviously SEC put 14 of the 16 in last year. Are you looking top to bottom, or are you going the cream of the crop in the Big 12 can compete with almost anybody?
I'll go cream of the crop. Yeah. I just think the very top teams are the best teams. Look, how much longer is Kelvin Sampson going to go? He's been a number 1 seed 3 straight years. Jalen, to your point, 5 years in a row, he's been the best defensive team in college basketball because they play harder, they play more physically, their practices are tougher. He's got a son, Kellen, that's in waiting right now. I'm telling you right now, if Kelvin Sampson wins an Natty, or even gets back again to the Final Four, I think he gives the keys to the car to his son.
Says someone that knows
I was going to say.
Who just did this baton toss recently within the last 30 days.
This is something that you would know he's probably thinking about actively, because I have to imagine the consistency of Houston has to be exhausting from a coach. We experienced it with Jay Wright sitting here for a number of times. It takes a toll when you expect greatness every single year and you get greatness every single year.
I think the comparison between Kelvin and Jay Wright, I think that's a fair comparison. The thing that made both their teams so good is just consistent defensively. Every single night they brought it. They didn't beat themselves. You know, they played the right way. But I don't know how much longer Calvin can go. 34-4 since Houston got into the Big 12. I mean, how much better has that made the Big 12? Right. When Houston, steps up a notch going into the Big 12 and has dominated that league, I think they got a chance to win it again this year.
What were you going to say?
I think Texas Tech, you have to watch out for them. JT Toppin, in my opinion, is going to be Big 12 Player of the Year. He can do everything around the rim, can stretch it to 15 to 17 feet, so you're going to probably have to double him. My question with Houston, do they have enough offense to win on a national championship? But Texas Tech, to me, has shooting, has defense. They have athletes, very good around the rim. JT Toppin has exploded on the scene. My son played with him at the University of New Mexico as a freshman. He was under-recruited, even though he was a 4-star athlete. I just think his upside and what he can do to impact the game on both ends of the court, offensive rebound and defensive rebound, that travels. So I just think you should watch out for Texas Tech and JT.
They also have the preseason newcomer of the year prediction, Watts from Washington State. We'll see what he can bring. It's crazy, though, that you mentioned Kansas. Usually, Kansas is the pick every single year, and they're getting some love because they have one of the 3 freshmen in this conference that is opening eyes. We got to see Pete on our air on Monday. We saw what he was capable of. But the stories right now about Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
I heard someone say today he's the best recruit out of Ohio since LeBron. The stats in game 1 were pretty phenomenal. But, Jalen, what are you seeing from this kid? I've also heard Kobe comparisons.
Oh, man. I've heard Dwayne Wade comparisons. Athletic combination guard that can do it all, has the potential to be a terrific defender based on his athleticism, can shoot the 3 as you see, can meet you at the rim, can get it off the dribble, has a mean streak, which I like a lot. I think, to Coach's point, when you have a player like that, you have a chance. If your team continues to get better every game, get better every day, and Bill Self is a terrific coach.
I think Bill Self even said he might be the best guy we've had, and they have had the Wiggins and the Embiids.
You made that Kobe comparison. I've heard that before as well. I don't really see that. You know who I see? Go back in the day, somebody that played at the University of Bradley, Hersey Hawkins.
Wow, what a
Can
rough
shoot it, efficient, probably not as, Hersey's probably not as tall as him. The kid is a great athlete. So I see that comparison more than anything. When he gets to the next level, he'll be a knockdown shooter. He can get to the free throw line. So I like his upside. Let's see if he can help carry Kansas to the Final Four.
Well, I'm going to bring it to the 21st century and compare him to Ant-Man.
Oh, man. Come on.
Except he's more polished.
6'9".
He's just more polished. Early. Now, remember, Ant-Man as a freshman played at Georgia. And that team finished last, okay? Ant-Man came on. We're talking about a young man right now that could be the best player in college basketball. Ant-Man wasn't the best player in college basketball. He turned into a great pro, but he wasn't at this young age. All I'm saying is this cat is way ahead of the curve. I don't know if he's going to be Ant-Man.
I saw Ant-Man with the Atlanta Express when he was 16 years old, and I said he was going to be the #1 pick. Amazing athlete. This kid's probably a better shooter, but Ant-Man can actually get you a bucket at any particular time. High school, college, or...
And he played football.
Correct.
Killing him, too.
Ant-Man's upside different than this. I don't know this guy's got the same upside.
Yeah, of course.
But for today and right now, when we talk about college basketball, I think he's in the running for one of the best players in the country as a freshman. And I don't think Ant-Man could have said that. Ant-Man was one of the best prospects.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
Mash, Koa, Pete, and AJ Dybantsa, we've had a few days to think about what we saw.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts on Monday night?
You know what? I got a chance to speak to his dad early today.
Which person?
His father. AJ's father. Sorry about that. And I was even more impressed by the structure that's around AJ and how he made the decision to play basketball and be a pro at 6th grade. And
Excuse me?
he wanted to be a pro in the 6th grade, you know what I mean? So he has determination.
So what were the
What
things
grade
they
did you
did
wanna
as
be
a
a pro?
6th grader?
Well, he went to his dad and basically said, hey, Dad, I want to be a pro. And when I made the delusional comment, he responded to that and said, that's exactly what I wanted my son to believe that he could be great. And he also stressed the fact that his son is very unselfish, is a willing passer. So now I'm starting to switch it and see more of Paul George as who he's going to be at the next level.
Interesting.
So I'm very impressed with their structure, their discipline, and how they're going about their business. Very, 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 very impressed. So I got him as #1 that can have a long, extended career at the next level and play 15 to 17 years effectively.
I agree with you, Mash. And one of the things I love about AJ's game is usually when a young player catches the ball, the first thing they do is just give up their dribble. I like the fact that he always seems to try to get in the three-point stance. And that reminds me of, like, Kevin Durant, because I know he looks up to Kevin Durant, and that's somebody that's mentored him. But the person that's going to help AJ the most, clearly besides himself, is going to be Wright. He's going to need somebody to help make the game easier for him every now and then. Give him a 3-on-2 layup. Give him a 2-on-1 dunk so that now he can get going scoring while still being unselfish and making people around him better.
You know what's going to be interesting with that? They're both better with the ball in their hands. Like, AJ's really good with the ball in his hands, so is Rob. One of them has got to play off the ball and be able to make open shots and not just stand around and watch the other one make plays.
And then when you add in the returning player of Richie Saunders, one of the few great returning players in this conference, you start going, BYU could be one of the few teams with a star freshman that could make a run at this. You've been wanting to talk JT Toppin now all week. Now's your podium.
I love this kid, man. I got a chance, as I said earlier, play with my son at the University of New Mexico, and he only averaged 12 points at the University of New Mexico because my son shot all the balls. As directed.
As directed.
Yeah, delusional. 100%. But this kid around the rim, special, lefty, but can use both hands, can finish with both hands around the rim. Amazing hook shot. Can actually put the ball on the floor quite a bit. But one of his special qualities, he's a very good offensive rebound, which I think people underrate him for. So I look for him and on his team with Texas Tech to do big things because of that rebounding potential and also second chance opportunities. And he can also get to the free throw line and put the other team themselves in the penalty.
Any notes on Uzan from Houston, the school that is definitely going to be relying on him a lot this year?
Played against him last year, early in the season. A combo guard that's trying to become a point and be a lead guard with the ball in his hands. But the thing about Uzan,
that's with his eyesight on the NBA, you think?
Yeah, but he's got great size. You go behind the ball screen on him, one of the things he does best is to shoot. This time they hedge it, and he's able to snake it and take that ball to the basket. He can guard multiple positions because of his size. I think the play of those big three right now is going to be Sharp, Uzan, and Tugler. If those three cats show up, I think that would give Houston and experience in the coaching box. That's what gives them the best chance out of the Big 12 to make the Final Four.
And as I see the game evolve and we watch these tall point guards, Mash, you know there was a time where people didn't embrace positionless basketball.
Correct.
And they tried to slot you into a spot.
Yeah.
And to watch AJ and watch these guys flourish as primary ball handlers, it shows me the growth in the game. But what I want them to also still do, especially AJ, I still want to see AJ score. Like, he has the potential to be a big-time scorer while making people around him better.
Yeah. So much of it comes down to communication. I don't know why we didn't get the memo today not to wear the tan. tan Thursdays.
Miami Beach, right?
We got you. We got Kutchberg's Pearl and Jamal Mashburn out there looking for cross.
Man, we're packing.
We are clean.
There you go.
What is that, salmon?
What you got going on down there?
It's fuchsia. It's fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
You know what? When we come back, we're going to see Jalen Rose on the cover of a magazine. Don't mess with me.